have heard athletes, artists, or musicians describe flow as being in the zone. They use phrases such as tunnel vision, complete calm, or ultra focus. Some liken it to a spiritual experience, a state of consciousness in which time feels like it's slowed down or completely fallen away. Most of us have been in the zone at some point in our own lives. It's that exhilarating stretch where everything seems to fall into place. The road ahead is clear, open, and smooth. So then what causes us to get off track or feel like we're suddenly hitting every bump along the way? Basketball legend LeBron James is considered one of the most intensely focused competitors ever to play the game. I once asked LeBron, what could possibly cause an MVP like him to lose his rhythm on the court? His response? I get off my game when I start playing for others rather than playing for myself. Yes. This is a universal truth. We fall off course the minute our intention shifts from following our heart to responding to what we think others believe. All of a sudden, life feels complicated. That's because you've altered your efforts in the hope of impressing someone else. The goal is to get back to living for yourself, to get back to your flow. And that is not a selfish thing. It's an honorable thing. Like Gloria Steinem, you too have the power to seek the highest, truest expression of yourself. The critical word is true, not just speaking the truth, being your truth. How can you embody the most authentic version of you? The lessons in this chapter are geared toward how, after setting your course, you allow life to carry you. I have learned that creating your own purpose-filled momentum is possible only when you give yourself the space, moment to moment, to focus on the next right choice. And despite the inevitable distractions, when you find that sweet spot, living your truth takes on a breathtaking level of intensity. That is the brilliance of flow. Let's begin with Deepak Chopra.
Everybody is looking for the future, and they're never in the present. So when they arrive at the future, it's not there for them because they're not present for it. So if you get the idea that this is the moment that you have, it's the only moment that you have, then you live in the present and you move with the flow, because this is the point of arrival right now.
Here's Barbara Brown Taylor.
We'd like life to be a train. You know, you get on, pick your destination, and get off. And it turns out to be a sailboat. And every day you have to see where the wind is and check the currents and see if there's anybody else on the boat with you who can help out. But it's a sailboat ride. And the weather changes and the currents change and the wind changes. It's not a train ride. If I'm on a journey, it's all about the destination. I'm not there yet. I'll be there one day. The train will pull into the station. But I'm really interested in the walking. I'm really interested in the companion on the road. I'm really interested in where I'm standing right now. So I have no argument with greatness. But if that becomes an excuse for dismissing my life now because I haven't found that great purpose yet, that's a waste of a day, if not a life.
Shonda Rhimes describes the pure joy she finds in her work. Writing is your truth, would you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Although I always say that I make stuff up for a living, and yet that's my truth.
That's your truth. So tell me what happens. We've all heard about athletes having a zone. Is it a zone for you too?
I call it the hum.
The hum?
The hum. It's like I get this hum in my head where I feel like I could write forever.
Like hum?
Yeah, almost, yeah. Like a frequency, basically.
Wow.
Where you go from sort of exertion to, I don't know, exaltation. Where it feels, there's just an endless joy for me. Where I feel like I could write for the rest of my life. And I lose time, and my assistant has to come in and say, it's been 5 hours. You have to stop now because of this or that. It's really lovely. It's a real, true happiness. It's very pure for me.
Wow. It's a spiritual practice.
Yeah, it is.
And here, Jay-Z on finding his rhythm.
Flow is just becoming one with the music. You find some place inside the music that you tuck in, and you don't get in the way of the groove. You insert yourself in the song as an instrument. You're just part of the track. You're no different than the